So you are growing your team and you realize that you need help fast. A lot of times, and I know this is my experience, you think, okay, I need additional support in my business, I'm ready. So you get excited because you're like, I'm gonna have these things off my plate. But then it actually is more upfront because you have to train them and give room for trial and error and all of these things that it actually feels like it's more stuff on your plate because it actually is. And sometimes we have this question mark in our head of, am I doing this the right way? How do I even teach them how to do this? How do I make sure they're staying on track and my team member feels comfortable that they even know what to do? Well, that's why systems are so crucial when it comes to managing your team. So that's why we're talking today about team management, all the systems and tools you need to hire, onboard, manage, and train your team. Whether you're in the process of hiring just your first team member or building out an entire team or agency, this video is for you. Okay, so in order to hire a really strong team and empower your team members to be able to take on things for you, you need two things: systems and tools. First, let's talk about the hiring process. You need to think about how you're going to announce your job opening, how you'll promote it, and most importantly, how you're actually going to go through, sort, and organize all of the applications. This is where having a project management system for your hiring process is absolutely crucial. I'll show you how to set one up for yourself in just a minute using ClickUp. From there, you're gonna wanna figure out how to onboard that person. This includes how you're gonna get their contract signed, how you're going to train them, how you're going to express to them your company values and mission. Onboarding processes are so important here. You definitely wanna make sure you start off on the right foot. This is also where SOPs or standard operating procedures come in. You're gonna wanna show your new employee or contractor how to do their work, how to track their time, how to submit their timesheet at the end of every week. Having an easy access SOP bank will make this process so much easier because they're gonna have a place to reference to see if they have the answers to any of these questions they might ask you without bombarding you with a million questions at first. Last but not least, let's talk about the management part of having a team. Aside from juggling time off requests, team calls, and issues that arise, you want to make sure that your new team member is, well, actually doing what you hired them to do. This is where KPIs or key performance indicators come into play. This could be just a simple spreadsheet or even better, a project management system that lets people know what they're responsible for, what their objectives are to even see how they're performing and keep them up to speed on how they're doing. It's also a great place to pull reports and see a holistic overview of how your team is performing and be able to pull that data when you're seeing how your business is performing as a whole and see if there's any indicators of if there was a dip, well, let's take a look at the KPIs and see how the team was performing during that time period. Okay, so now since I've given you some examples, let's talk about how you make it all happen. Where should all this live? How do we even see who's doing what? You guessed it, I'm gonna show you how to build it out in ClickUp. ClickUp is not just a project management or task management tool. It could be your entire business hub where you are managing everything within your business, including your team. Wanna see what I mean? Well, you are in luck. I'm going to walk you through our brand new team management bundle, which has everything you need to hire, grow, and manage your team successfully. Here's a breakdown of everything that you get inside the bundle. Don't worry, I will link it in the description below, but also the pieces that I'm gonna show you how they work today. First, you're gonna get access to the Team Management Masterclass. Then you are going to get access to multiple different team management templates, which I'm going to walk you through in this video. From hiring to onboarding to tracking KPIs, having team members report their timesheets, request time off, manage trainings, and more. All right, let's dive in. Okay, so let's go through the different templates that are included in the team management bundle. You can do so many amazing things with ClickUp. And the whole purpose of ClickUp is to manage your whole business and your team. But here are some specific templates that help you from the hiring and onboarding process to training them, tracking metrics,
running payroll, and requesting time off. So just a couple different specific templates and how you can make your team management process that much easier. Okay, so let's go through starting with the hiring workflow. Now we have a whole video on this, and the template itself has a video on how to edit this exact template. So as I go through these templates, I really just want to give you that visual representation of just so you can spark some inspiration on how you can use ClickUp to manage your team. I won't get into the nitty-gritty details, but hopefully this will help you just get a better understanding of how to do these specific things. Okay, let's dive in. So we have the hiring workflow. You can see this is where it starts with an application form. So this is the actual application where the new candidate would be filling in their information. You can do so many things with ClickUp forms, like have them add their email address, their location, rates, upload files, have drop downs, things like that. Once they submit this, it's then going to be in the application pipeline under application submitted. Now you can also do things like create automations that when someone submits a new application, it then creates a subtask for someone to go in and review that application. Or during the hiring process, you can just set a reminder on your task list 2-3 times a week, whatever it may be, to pop into this pipeline and check for new applicants. So whatever way you want it to flow is how you can adjust it to your liking. So then you could see basically this would be for one position, you have all your candidates in one place, right? So you can bring them along different statuses, application submitted, in consideration, round 1, 2, interview. And again, you can always change these statuses for how it fits your specific company, right? So some people have in-person interview versus Zoom interview. Maybe you're doing a test project with them, different things like that, where you can edit this to work exactly for you. And then you'll see, let me move my head right here. This one, if I click into here, you can see that I have a linked doc here. And then when someone submits an actual application, then all that information is going to show up here within that person's essentially profile, right? So all of their stuff in here, you can quickly review the information that they submitted, and then have docs here where you are managing different notes about them if you took notes during the interview. So here you can have like interview notes and questions templates, and link that to the task as well. So you'll see here also having the job description. Everything is in one place for this entire process of hiring. Super streamlined. You're able to also, if you want to communicate back and forth about that candidate in the comments section, you can do that as well. So really great place to just keep everything organized for hiring. Okay, so now you hire your new employer, contractor, whatever it is, we go to the onboarding process. So this is our onboarding template where we've mapped out just a structure of how you can assign them different tasks and have them go through this holistic approach to here's our company mission, vision, core values, etc., and be able to just get acquainted with the company. Here's our expectations for you, and everything is in this one list just for them. You can also have a place to store the management to-dos. So this now, once you onboard this person, here are all the things that you have to do to get them started. So that's the onboarding template. So now, okay, you've hired them, onboarded them. Now, how are they actually going to get trained? This is where we have our SOP library. So SOPs are the bomb. Standard operating procedures, essentially just a fancy word for instruction manual. So SOPs, you can do a couple different things, right? So you can either have information within the task itself. You can upload Loom videos in here, and then assign it to your team member. And then you can also have different categories. If someone's ever looking for something, how to do something like download meeting recording and upload to client folders, they can come in here and have that information inside and just have this bank of things that they have to get trained through. And then you can also have SOP docs. So if you want to have them in this nice written format, you can have them there and then also link them to the task. So this is just a great place to store that information, see when it was created, updated, and have all of your SOPs in one place, not only for you to reference, but for your team members if needed. One trick I'll tell you too is I actually don't suggest assigning people in the SOP database. I always go ahead and duplicate the task and put it where it needs to be. So whether that's a training list or you actually want to put it in the list that it lives in, like say it's a client list, then they'll always have access to that SOP, all the instructions inside the task if they ever forget how to do something or anything like that. So this is where you can keep all of your SOPs, your instructions for your team members and train them. Now let's talk about tracking metrics. So we have the team KPI tracker. So this is our KPI tracking template where you will be able to see the different KPIs that you have. What's the goal, the actual, the outcome? Is this on track? Any notes about this? That way you will be able to see if there's a dip in sales or team member performance. You can go through and have this record of, okay, what was their performance that week, or what was the performance of the company, and be able to have this log of these KPIs to reference. Then you can reference them out, split them out between the actual person, the different departments. So you can see these are just custom fields, number custom fields, drop downs to kind of make this just a visual KPI spreadsheet. Okay, moving on to payroll. Okay, so here we have a timesheet form where you're able to say, okay, what is the, let me copy this link. You'll see the person, I always embed this on a team member dashboard. So they'll put their first and last name in here, how many hours and minutes that they worked, and then upload a screenshot of their timesheet just for accountability purposes. So our team members do this at the end of every week, right? So then in the actual list, it shows up that here is the first and last name of the person. They've submitted their timesheet, and we have an automation in here running pay Christy Da Silva. This is assigned to Jeff with the due date of that day. Now you'll see here, each team member may be paid differently, whether it's flat rate or hourly. We actually used a formula field here too, if you want to pause this and look at how we did this formula. So we're saying, okay, Christy's rate is $30 an hour. So we split this up for how many hours and minutes. This is going to be the payout. So you actually don't have to do any manual entry. Formula fields are the bomb. And then once you go ahead and click Pay Christy Da Silva, and then it gets set to closed, then you're going to have a log in there of each person's timesheets, how many hours, minutes they've worked, how much they've been paid out, etc. So really great way to do time tracking, making sure that people are getting paid and submitting their timesheets. We love it. Forms are the bomb. Obviously, you can see through all of these, just all the different examples of how you really can utilize ClickUp in different ways with the different views and everything. And then one more, let's move on to out of office calendar. Okay, so here we have the time off request form. So you'll see the out of office request reason, vacation, sick day, personal day, just so you know why they're requesting off. Then they would select, this is the assignee field, so you can see assignee. They would select their profile photo. The reason you want this to do this is because we have calendars for every single team member that shows everything they have to do for that day, week, month, right? It's the calendar view. So we see it in month view. So now when we are resourcing and adding different things to calendars, this will show up on their calendar if it's approved and have this out of office label tag so that we can see, okay, they're out of office this week. We don't want to assign anything to them, and then we can move some things around. So what happens is when you copy this link, and then I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to submit vacation to Florida. You can say why or why not. And then I'm going to select my profile photo. And then I'm going to put in out of office start and end date. So let's say 25th to the 29th. And submit. Then I have an automation running in here that now it's going to say, hey, there's a new time off request. There's an automation in here. I'll pop into it so you can see. that when a task is created, I use the advanced editor from a form. It's going to add the out of office tag, create a new name, review time, new time off request form from, and then add Jeff for a day later. So now you'll see vacation to Florida, review new time off request from Christy Da Silva. This is going to be on Jeff's calendar. And then he'll be able to say, okay, do we want to approve this? It'll be approved in upcoming. Is it denied, etc. And then we also have one other view that's grouped by employee. So you can see just different, okay, here are the different out of office that Christy has taken so far, or that are approved in upcoming, the new requests. So you can kind of get a sense of how much time has this person took versus, just seeing this data right here. So another really great way to just track that information, having the time off request form, keeping it also systematized, right? So it's less personal, things aren't getting lost, you're able to see this on their calendar. Okay, so that is it for just going through a few different ways on how you can manage your team with ClickUp. Again, all of this is in our team management bundle. It will be linked in the description below. I hope this video is helpful for you. And that's it.
So that is it for the ClickUp templates you will get in this bundle, along with the team management masterclass. So those are the actual templates that we use at Da Silva Life and set up for so many of our clients to successfully hire, onboard, and manage your entire team. And these ClickUp templates are all plug and play. So everything I showed you on the screen is exactly how when you click this link, it uploads right into your ClickUp. So you don't have to go through this video and actually try to build each one out yourself. They're already built out exactly how they should operate. It's just a matter of you going in and customizing it to your business. So I hope this video was helpful for you in knowing how you can use ClickUp and project management tools to organize and manage and hire and onboard your team members. I know it is quite a process. There is no sugarcoating it. Whether you've done it multiple times or you're just going through the process the first time to hire your first team member, having all this stuff in one place makes it so much easier, frees up your mental space for thinking, am I missing something? And allows you to manage your team with ease the whole way through. It's also gonna make them feel so much more comfortable and empowered to do their job really well. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you wanna know more about systems, organization, ClickUp, all the things, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And let me know in the comments below what other videos you would love to see about how to manage, run, and organize your business with ClickUp. Thanks for watching.